Well, hey there. Good Tuesday morning, everybody. I hope you've had a good Tuesday morning so far. It's going to be another hot August day. That's what we see this time of year, but it is a hot one. Not much going on the Tamco Live Doppler radar this morning. It's a quiet morning this morning. In fact, it's going to be a pretty quiet day throughout the day. And the next couple of days, if not the next 5 to 7 days, looks pretty quiet across our general region. High pressure is still in control. Even if we zoom out, pretty hard to find some showers or thunderstorms anywhere in the south. All of that is a little bit further towards the north into parts of Arkansas, but across the deep south, it is awfully quiet as that high pressure ridge. We have one in the northern Gulf and another one off towards the northwest. This is kind of just keeping everything pretty quiet in our neck of the woods. Lots of dry air in the mid to upper levels. Heat index, heat, the main story, not the rain chances at all. Thanks to our sponsor of Tamco Hailguard, we can see what's going on the satellite radar. It's not much. See some clouds moving in from the east. That's really kind of just about it. We're not seeing much of anything on the current satellite. Current temperatures, you can see further towards the north, it ranges from the low 70s, but we're already seeing several areas into the upper 70s. And look at spring at 80 degrees. Houston at 79, Beaumont 78, Lake Charles and Jennings over there at 78, 79, and down towards the coast already into the low 80s, approaching the mid 80s. And it's going to continue warming up, and it's going to be a hot one today. Thanks to modern concrete material, it's going to get into realistically the mid 90s for many areas, and several areas are going to be getting into the upper 90s, possibly hitting that 100-degree mark. And don't forget about the heat index. It's going to be even hotter than that. So another hot day is in store for us. That's typically what we see this time of year, but it is for sure very hot. What's not hot is the tropics. It is still pretty quiet. Nothing going on. The next 5 to 7 days is shut down. You can see that dry air is kind of limiting everything. Now, we'll continue to keep watching these waves that are coming off the coast of Africa, but as of right now, all of this dry air and wind shear is giving all these tropical waves a really hard time, which is a good thumbs up. I can't believe it. I mean, right now it is August 18th. Peak hurricane season typically starts around August 20th. And then it really peaks out around September 10th. So it's hard to believe that we are there. And tropics are pretty quiet. And that is a good thing. And we're probably going to continue seeing the tropics being pretty quiet. High pressure is in control over here in our neck of the woods. We're rain free. Biggest story is the heat. And even by this end of the week on Friday, this high pressure, it might move a little bit off towards the west, but it's still large and it's still going to be in control. Even this weekend, notice it kind of sneaks back into our general region. So that high pressure is going to be kind of really in control, not only just the rest of this week, but even into the weekend. So thanks to Switch Electric, we can kind of see the future cast and also put together what the rainfall outlook will be. So today and tomorrow, I mean, you could possibly get a shower, maybe a lonely storm, but the coverage of rain will be 10% or less. Actually, it shouldn't be 10% or less. It will be 10% and less. We're going to be very isolated, and then possibly on Thursday and Friday, we might see a little bit better potential, might see 10% coverage, possibly up to 20%. But we're just trying to show the next 5 to 7 days is pretty dry. And you can see that on the Futurecast. There's a couple isolated showers there and here, but they're very small. Not everybody's going to see them. In fact, again, 90 to 95% of us, it's going to be a heat. It's going to be hot. It's going to be a dry day. So not much going on for us today. We're just going to be seeing some clouds kind of moving in from the east. Biggest thing is the temperatures. Middle 90s for majority of the region. Several areas getting into the upper 90s, pretty much close to the 100-degree mark. Even down towards the coast, you're going to be hot into the upper 80s to low 90s. And thanks to our sponsor of Silsby Ford, want to tell you what's heating up as well as their lineup that they have on Facebook over there, Silsby Ford. Go check out what they're doing. And then over here, the wet bulb global temperature, it's going to be a hot one today. We're going to see UIL kind of shut down some of these practices. They're going to get into the upper 80s to low 90s, and depending on the conditions on these fields, could be a little bit hotter than that. So thanks to Switch Electric for a little heads up there. Then overnight tonight, it's going to be in the middle to upper 70s down towards the coast into the low to mid 80s. And here's our 7-day forecast for Southeast Texas. It's pretty much about the same song and dance. It's hot and it's mostly dry. Temperatures getting into the upper 90s, very close to 100-degree mark. We're going to see several areas hit the 100-degree mark. That's really kind of the main story for Southeast Texas right now. Hopefully this is our last hot streak to finish out the summer as we start getting into more of September, not too far away. And same thing for Southwest Louisiana. Maybe a little bit better rain potential on Wednesday with that 20% coverage, but it's still the general same thing. The next 5 to 7 days is hot, mostly dry. Temperatures getting into the middle 90s, several areas into the upper 90s. So thanks for tuning in to the Tuesday morning show. Hopefully nothing technical wise was a problem in this show. Hopefully the sound sounds good this morning. Again, we're traveling, so things are a little bit different, but thanks for tuning in to the Tuesday morning show. Y'all stay cool. Have a great Tuesday, and thanks again for tuning in to Gulf Coast Weather Solutions, and thanks to all of our sponsors for allowing us to have Gulf Coast Weather Solutions. Have a wonderful Tuesday, and thanks again for tuning in.